welcome to another Star Wars review. This review is going to be slightly different due to the fact that the vessel I'm doing is heavy. Unfortunately, my health still isn't good. If anything, it's getting worse, but I cannot lift this thing for more than a minute. So I'm going to give you a front intro. We're going to talk about a few things, and then I'm going to go to the review where I'm going to put it down on a desk or so and review it from there. So if the camera work is a bit shoddy, I apologise because I'm not used to doing a review this way, and this vessel is huge. Anyway, here we go. Right, first things first, I need to talk to you about my sales vid, which is the video I posted before this one. Now, as some of you have seen, it is a little bit sort of thrown together. What I would like to say to you guys is, if you go to the shipyards and you go to the Star Wars sales thread and look under Wraith 9's sales, which is my handle on the Imperial shipyards, you will see a load more figures and the prices have been reduced. So please check that out. I probably will make a new video with an updated shots and the like and such. But the one thing I did want to show you was, I was talking about a third Republic Commando. Well, that's this guy, and his name is Slider, and he is a member of Sigma Squad. Now he goes with Deadeye and Forks. Deadeye has a removable helmet, as does Forks. There you go. Now I'm doing a deal with those Republic Commandos. The Republic Commandos usually I sell for around about £30 each, and they do sell. But this time I've decided I'm going to do them for £25 each plus shipping. Now shipping to the US usually about £2. You know, it varies, so I usually say between £2 and £2.50. Sometimes it can be slightly less, sometimes it can be slightly more. I don't know until I actually get to the post office. Also, that's for 1 to 3 figures. 4 to 7 figures tends to be about double that. It tends to be about £4. Now I'm doing a deal with these where you can buy them for £25 plus £2.50, say, shipping, and that's to the US. I'm not sure how much it'll be to other countries, but the US is pretty much, you know, average to what it's going to be. Usually takes 6 to 11 days. I have had them go quicker than 4, but 6 to 11 days is pretty average for it. Now this deal I'm doing is you can get all 3 for £65 including the shipping, which if you split them up individually saves you £10 on the actual purchase price, but it also saves you another £7.50 on the shipping price. So you actually save £17.50. If you quote that into dollars, it's about $30 you save. But anyway, that's the deal. Like I said, check out the thread because it has price reductions and some more figures, including figures like Jessie from the Deserter, a figure I'm very proud of. Has a couple more Astros, I believe, and that's it for the sales. Like I said, I'm really struggling at the moment financially, so any help anybody can give me, and this is not a call out for donations or anything like that, check out my sales thread. Right, as I said, it's PayPal only. The pure reason for PayPal only is because it's easier for me to shift the money back into my bank, which is where it needs to be. Excuse me. Right, before I go on to the Y-Wing review, oh damn, I've just given it away. Before I go on to the review, I would like to say a massive thank you to Jules, aka Hangar Bay 94. I had a trade deal for a Y-Wing which went bad because the guy didn't hold up his end of the trade and got my figures but didn't send anything out. If you ever come across him, his name is Jedi Hunter. He is also known as Turbo Typer 96, so do yourself a favour, don't trade with him. I'd also like to thank Fatty, Tamer and Recon for putting up with my whinging for the last 4 months and trying to sort out the trade with this guy. But more importantly, like I said, Hangar Bay 94, this guy stepped in, sorted me out a Y-Wing, so I didn't lose out on the deal, because this vehicle here is the most wanted vehicle I've ever had. This has been #1 on my list ever since it was released. It's very hard to find. It's stupidly expensive in the UK. I think my friend Steve Siflord229 said there was one at Forbidden Planet and it was about £90, which is ridiculous. Like I said, the vehicle, I was just totally chuffed with it. So big thanks, Jules. Also check out his channel because this guy is a genius customizer, far better than I am. Anyway, I'd also like to do a quick shout out to a couple of friends on the yards, Luke Sprywalker and his son Jackson. Hi guys. Another good customizer. Check out his Droid Customs. He's just excellent. And also Ribbit. Now Ribbit or Barry is just completely potty. Barry, your replies on the yards just crack me up. You're completely nuts, but you're a fantastic guy. So, like I said, to some awesome guys on the yards, go and check them out. Right, the vehicle, as I said, is a Y-Wing. It is the Hasbro Clone Wars Y-Wing. Absolutely fantastic vehicle. Absolutely bloody massive. I'll show you the back of the packaging. Have to bear with me, I can't. The packaging converts into a diorama. The slip inside the box is actually the diorama. As you can see, there's cutouts which show. Unfortunately, the diorama is just way too small for the vehicle. It's completely underscaled. Actually, it's underscaled for most vehicles, so you'd be struggling to fit a vehicle on it. So they've been better off with something like a hangar bay diorama or something like that. I shall read to you about in the back of the box briefly. It says, armed with cannons, long-range missiles, torpedoes and bombs, the Y-Wing bomber is one of the Republic's primary combat vessels. Clone troopers and Jedi both pilot this vessel on assault and reconnaissance missions. A gunner sitting in the bubble-domed turret can blast attacking ships approaching from behind, whilst the pilot can fire forward-mounted cannons and torpedoes at enemy vessels ahead. The Y-Wing bombers see action in the first days of the Clone Wars and help destroy the deadly new separatist vessel, the Malevolence. As you know, Season 3 also aired in America last Friday. It airs in the UK on October the 24th. If you go to a site called mastertoons.com, you can get to see the first 2 episodes of episode 3 now, and they are fantastic, and we see some old friends from season 1. Anyway, I have, to give you an idea, I've customed, not quite finished yet, but I have customed Echo from the episode Arc Troopers. Hasn't got his mark yet, which we know to be a minigun, and I believe the Orabesh underneath it says heavy, so there you go. Anyway, we will move on to the actual review on the desk and we have a closer look at the vehicle, so see you in a second. Hello, and now we're going to have a look at a closer look at the Hasbro Clone Wars Y-Wing. Excuse my camera work is a bit choppy, but I'm trying to do this off a tripod, as I can't hold it up to the camera for you. We'll get a bit closer. We will look at this vehicle. You can see the paint apps are fantastic. We zoom in. You can see where what they've done is they've moulded the paint to make it look like it's worn. It's like a golden yellow, and you can see there's buttons are here. You press these and there are some missiles that fire out of here. There are some buttons you've got there. You press these and 2 bombs drop out. I will show you underneath what they look like, and there is another button here which is for 2 deployable missiles. I can show you that as we are actually on top of the vehicle. Now these missile arrangements, these pods with the missiles are actually removable. Just show you. Yeah, see, just completely removable. You can take these out entirely, which gives you some storage space. It's inside the bay itself. I can try and show you. As you can see, there is a lot of moulding. Take the other pod out. You can see for yourself. Lots of moulding and that. You can put figures in here. This acts as a handle, so you can pick this up. Obviously, you've got the thumb. You can drop your bombs and the like. Onto the cockpit. Zoom in. Right, the cockpit is a 2-figure affair. Same, well, it's not same, similar layout to the 30th anniversary Y-Wing, but obviously without the bubble cockpit. But it's only a single figure. But the actual, the way it's designed, the sweep of it, hinges up exactly like the 30th anniversary Y-Wing. It has the same thing, even though the Y-Wing originally, this part here should remain stationary and the centre section should swing up. By something I did on the custom Valkyrie that I did a while back, which I will actually give you a quick look at later. I fit a matchstick. You've got a control yoke, and you also have, I'm not sure whether this will show up on the camera, but you can actually see that it's moulded. So if you're clever enough with a paintbrush, you can paint these in. The back piece is just a sticker. It's the only one I've actually put on from the actual sheet. It does come with a sticker sheet, but to be honest with you, I don't particularly like the sticker sheet. It makes it look stupid. The guns only slightly elevate up and down. It does not turn, and you have a control yoke inside. I'll show you. There you go. Control yoke inside for the gunner, and then inside the gunning thing you can see also we've got moulded controls and everything. This once again is a matchstick with the helmet markings removed. And then we come to one of my favourite bits, which it would be, is the astromech slot. Now this comes with like a collar, and what you do, let me show you, you pop that up and pull your astromech out. Now this is a Clone Wars custom astromech I did a while ago, I'm using in here. And also did was I put a bit of foam in the bottom. I tilt, you might be able to see that. Just a bit of grey foam, and that raises the astromech up, because I find that if you put the Clone Wars astromech in without the foam, he drops well below the actual collar, so it looks a bit daft. So this way his shoulders are just above, he looks a bit more, you know, like he's not sinking into the thing. Let's push out a bit. I said it's a long vehicle. Fantastically detailed. So I'm going to show you some of the side things. Its undercarriage is a standard push-up affair. You can see here we haven't got the automatic undercarriage of the 30th anniversary and the vintage Y-Wings, which tended to sag. Underneath you have the ports where you push in the missiles that fire from the buttons on the top, and then you have these proton bombs which drop when you press the corresponding buttons. So these just close up. Let's zoom back. As you can see, I'm going to show you a comparison now to the 30th anniversary Y-Wing, and you can see, let me drop it, there we go. Right, bear with me. There's the Clone Wars Y-Wing. And there's the 30th anniversary Y-Wing. Absolutely tiny. Never seen anything like it. Excuse my camera. There you go. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed a look at that. That's the Clone Wars, Hasbro Clone Wars Republic Y-Wing. Very nice vehicle, but not for 90 quid. You can pick this up at clearance in the US. It has been seen at $30. Snag it, because it's probably one of the best vehicles of the new line, that apart from obviously the BMF, that I've actually ever seen. Okay, and I'll speak to you in a minute. Well, I'm back. We've had a look at the Y-Wing. Sorry the review in shot wasn't as good as I'd hoped. This purely because the sheer size of this vessel means I'd have to zoom so far back I'd have fell down the stairs. So there you go. But anyway, what do I think of the Hasbro Clone Wars Y-Wing? Well, one word springs to mind, and that's awesome. This vehicle is huge. It's aggressive, it's got so many play features, it beggars belief. But it's a Y-Wing, and I love Y-Wings. I'm just a bit of I like the underdog, and the Y-Wing always was a bit of an underdog. But as you can see, the size difference between that and the Gold 4 Y-Wing, it's just phenomenally huge. This is unfortunately not a vehicle you'd want if you don't have any space to display it. As it is, I'm struggling to find somewhere to display it. It's probably closer to the scale that the Y-Wing should be from the 30th anniversary. So, if anything, the 30th anniversary is considerably underscaled compared to the Clone Wars one. Like I said, fantastic vehicle, very heavy, very well built. The only problem I can see possibly having is with the engine sag. Now, the vehicle is extremely back heavy, and I think that after a time, the joints where the thing will slightly sag, so you'll get some slight engine sag. So perhaps suspending it from the ceiling if you've got thick enough wire and use to support the engines at the same time, or just super glue them in so you don't get engine sag at all. All in all, I'd give the vessel easily a 9 out of 10. It is, like I said, it's got plenty of features, it's fantastically huge, and you can fit an Astro in it, which immediately knocks it up a notch, because it's the only vehicle I've got that you can actually fit an Astro in, apart from the Clone Wars Arc 170. But there you go, there is another Rasputin 37 review. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry if I've mumbled a bit, unfortunately my meds make me do that a bit. I hope you enjoyed a look at what I consider to be one of the best latest vessels, obviously apart from excluding the BMF and the BAT-AT. But I highly recommend this vehicle. If you've got the room to display it and you've got the money, track one down, buy it. You will not be disappointed. Until then, take care and may the force be with you.